The national tour of School of Rock currently underway over at the Civic Center Music Hall. Thanks to our friends at OKC Broadway. One of the stars of the show joins us here in the studio, Emily Borromeo. Great to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you. Thanks for having me.
Welcome in.
Thank you.
The show runs through Sunday. I believe it started perhaps Tuesday night. So you've got a couple shows under your belt. We're taping this on Thursday. How's it gone so far?
It's awesome. We have had a blast here in Oklahoma. It's my first time here.
Yeah.
And the audiences are great. They're loving the show.
What do you think of the Civic Center?
Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. It's huge, like over 2,500 seats. So it feels really great to perform for an audience that's given us a lot of good energy.
You were with this on Broadway, right?
Yes.
And now it's the national tour. Let's start with the national tour. Where have you been so far? And
I think this is our 15th city.
oh, wow.
So we started in Rochester in September, and we're pretty much in a city a week. Sometimes we have 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but pretty much it's on a week-to-week travel.
Is that hectic, or are you just used to that routine at this point?
It's I'm getting used to it, but it's hectic because you're living out of suitcases and you're packing everything, and then you feel like you're always packing and unpacking, and then you have a couple days in the city to explore. You do the show 8 times, and then you're on to the next.
Oh, wow.
Fast and furious.
Do you, kind of dovetailing off that question, do you like that pace, or would you prefer the Broadway show or a TV production to where you're in one place for a set amount of time? Maybe only months, but still a set amount of time instead of 8 shows and you're out.
Right. I think it's cool to be on the road because I get to see all these new cities, and it feels like a constant adventure. And I haven't been to a lot of them. I've never been here. We go to Austin next week. I have never been there. Yeah. So I love being able to meet new people and see new cities, but it is tiring. So you got to take care of yourself and make sure you find the routines that keep you grounded.
When you pop into a city, such as an Oklahoma City or an Austin, let's just talk food. What do you look for? Do you try to get some sort of local taste of the area, like Austin, they're great tacos and Mexican?
Tacos, barbecue, that's what I've heard. Yeah, I always try to hit all the food spots. That's like how I base my week and like what I'm doing that week is where am I eating. Do you have recommendations for me?
Certainly around here. Plaza District, Midtown's got some good areas, and those are fairly close to your Civic Center hangout. I assume they probably have you stationed around here somewhere. But do you have like a specific, here's my diet that I'm sticking to for the most part, here's my workout routine for the most part, kind of that lifestyle travel hack?
Yeah, I try to stay active as much as I can. I try to, work out a couple times a week, feel like physically active, but then also rested, get a lot of sleep. We try to grocery shop wherever we can, so we try to find things to snack on, stay healthy, because we are doing 8 shows a week, so we have to be physically and mentally sound in order to perform.
So that brings us to the Cheez-Its.
Yes, actually, that's my favorite snack. Did somebody tell you that? Because
I saw it on your Instagram page.
I love Cheez-Its. I don't know why.
And I'm scrolling down. I was like, okay, the selfie, theater, auditorium, Cheez-Its.
I don't know why. It's just like a guilty pleasure. I love Cheez-Its.
They're awesome.
They're so good, but I try to limit that to just a couple of boxes a week.
I was about to say, I can pound a box, no problem.
No problem.
Do you like the spicier type? Do you have a favorite type of Cheez-It?
Just the classic, the original. Can't go wrong.
Well, any other sort of travel hack? Let's say you're flying from New York to wherever. Are you the type person who puts in the earbuds and listens to music? Do you try to sleep? Do you read, study?
Yes, neck pillow.
Yeah.
Noise-canceling headphones. Snacks for the plane, Netflix, download it ahead of time, and pack light. That's something that I've learned the hard way. I got it down, I think, by my 15th city to pack light, so you avoid all the fees and schlepping everything to the airport.
What's the range of days you'll be in an Oklahoma City and in Austin?
We are in every city. We arrive Monday night, and then we leave Monday morning, the following week.
So you got a full like 8 days or whatever to pack?
Yep.
Or would you bounce back to New York before you go?
No. We don't go back to New York. We're just city to city. Sometimes we'll have like an extra day here and there where we can maybe make it back to our hometown, but other than that, we get vacation though too, and personal days. So it's not like they're, keeping us here all the time. They give us breaks.
A spinner luggage type person, or just the pull?
I gotta have the 4 wheels.
Yeah.
I gotta have the 4 wheels.
It's the way to go these days.
It really is.
What got you into stage?
I grew up doing musical theater, so I grew up with voice lessons and watching movie musicals, and I grew up watching when I was like 4 years old, and I got into it when I was 7 or 8. So it was just something to do in the community and a way to be creative and make friends, and I just learned that I loved singing, so I just kept doing it. Did it in high school, college, moved to New York, and here we are.
Growing up, high school and college, was that all West Coast?
West Coast for high school, and then I went to college, Brown University, so Rhode Island.
Was
New
that
England.
an adventure, a change going from West Coast to?
It was a big change. I mean, I grew up in the Bay Area, so everything's laid back. All those stereotypes are true. Laid back, sunshine, and
I see nothing wrong with laid back or sunshine.
No, I love it. I'm trying to get back there. But then going to Rhode Island, it was actually great. I mean, I'm 18 years old, and I want to experience a completely different thing. You know, like I wanted to meet new people of all different kinds of backgrounds, and a college was a great place for me to do that.
So, stage beyond that, looking at your resume, there's also a lot of on-camera stuff.
Yeah, when I moved to New York, I thought, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do stage, I'm going to do theater, musicals, but then you realize that you have to broaden your horizons in order to be a well-rounded working actor, and you'll actually see a lot of Broadway actors on like Law and Order or CSI, because, you know, in between you want to get those day jobs as still acting, but it's on TV, so it's a different skill set, but it's really cool to do both.
I mentioned my producer, Paige Dillard, or our producer, Paige Dillard. As soon as we saw your bio, she's like, I know her, I know that lady from Sprouts.
Yes, I did work on Sprout for 3 years.
Sprout.
Did the Sunny Side Up show and hosted a morning preschool live TV program for families and kids, you know, 2 to 7 years old.
Cool.
I did that for 3 years, and it was really fun. I had a chicken sidekick. As you do.
You know, as you do, right?
But it was cool. We met a lot of celebrity guests. We wrote our own original sketches, our own original music, and just took families through their morning routines from like 9 in the morning to noon.
Also saw some clips of you with various singing shows.
Yeah, I did a reality TV show called The Sing Off on NBC. It's an a cappella competition, so that was really fun. I did not ever envision myself being on a reality TV show, but I've been on 3.
Very nice. Something to add to the resume.
Yeah, that was really fun. That was great. I had a all-female group, and we were called Element, and we competed and learned new arrangements, and it was a fast-paced experience being in LA taping there.
All right, so that at some point led you to School of Rock on Broadway.
Yeah,
How was
School of
that?
Rock. How did that happen? There was an audition that happened last January on like January 10th or something, and then January 11th I got the call. It was a dream. It was like quick, and that has never happened.
Cool.
You know, I've been auditioning and pounding the pavement for years, and usually you audition and then you never hear back, and you wait, but then you actually got to forget about it, because you have to emotionally release it from your heart, because otherwise you'll go crazy.
It's hard not to get attached when you apply for any job, though,
I
right?
know.
Because you start to think, oh, this is the dream job. I really want this job.
Yeah, you have to find the balance of wanting it and being prepared for it and working hard for it, and then once you do it, you have to let it go and move about your day, or else you'll hold on to this feeling of hope, and it's exhausting because you have so many auditions. If you did that with every audition, you would burn out. So it's finding the balance of, okay, this is the job, auditioning is the job, and then the gig is the cherry on top. So if you get that, that's great.
What has been the difference that you've seen from Broadway to let's take this show on the road?
Well, I did join the Broadway cast once it was already up and running.
Okay.
It was already up and running, I think, for like a year and a half. So I sort of was plugged into something that was already working, well-oiled, beautiful, awesome, and I wouldn't trade that for anything. What's been exciting about the tour is we all started on the same day. It felt like we were coming into school for the first time, and we all met each other, and then we were building this thing together from scratch.
All right, so tell us about School of Rock and your character, if you will.
So School of Rock is about a guy, wannabe rock star named Dewey Finn. If you've seen the movie, he's played by Jack Black.
Don't we all want to be rock stars?
We are, yeah, everyone's got a little rock star inside of them. You just got to set it free.
Let it go, grab some Cheez-Its and set it free.
Yeah, go crazy. Saturday night, Cheez-Its and some rock music. So the movie is about this guy named Dewey Finn. Our show follows the plot of the movie very closely, and it has an amazing score by Andrew Lloyd Webber. And Dewey pretends to be a substitute teacher at a prep school and teaches the kids rock and roll so that they can compete in the Battle of the Bands competition. So he makes a rock band out of these little 10-year-olds.
As you do.
And they go on to compete in the Battle of the Bands, and he encourages them to find their voice and find freedom and express themselves through music.
And you play the role of Patty.
And I play the role of Patty DeMarco. So I'm connected to Dewey because he's been crashing in my apartment. He's a slob. I'm trying to tell him to get a job, grow up, pay some rent. Is that so much to ask?
You know,
Come
contribute
on.
to society, right?
Yeah, do something, you know, be a person who's, you know, contributing, but he just wants to rock and sleep in and be gross on my couch, and so I'm trying to kick him out. My boyfriend is trying to kick him out, but instead he does the opposite. He impersonates my boyfriend, Ned Schneebly, and goes into the school, and then we have the plot. So really, you know,
There you
I'm
go.
the voice of reason, I would say, in the show. But I am villainized because, you know, I am rooting against the main character, Dewey Finn.
You did a fantastic job there of setting up the plot and the drama. You're like, oh, what happens next? Nicely
What
done.
happens next? Well, you'll have to find out. Come to the Civic Center.
Runs through Sunday. School of Rock. You can go to okcbroadway.com for ticket information. I should say that there are $30 rush ticket discounts available, and those will go to students, educators, senior, and military personnel. So
Great.
There's the website. Looking at upcoming shows, okcbroadway.com. But the Book of Mormon, it's right there in front of me. That's why I said it. OKC Broadway and School of Rock runs through Sunday at the Civic Center. Emily, what's next for you?
What's next? Well, I'm going to Austin next week.
Well, yeah.
And I will be with this tour until the fall, and I'm open to anything, really. I just want to keep acting. I want to keep performing, keep storytelling, meeting people, and I just want to have an ongoing career. So I don't know what's next. That's the true answer.
Got you. Well, that can be exciting, too.
It is. I never knew that this was going to come up, so once this fell into my lap, that was awesome. And I'm open to anything that's coming next, too.
Well, congrats on School of Rock.
Thank
Congrats
you.
on the career and all the cool things that you've done on Off-Broadway, which cracked me up when I saw the names of the Off-Broadway.
I know. Off-Broadway, it's like, what is that really? Like, you never know. It's always a learning
Looks like
experience.
fun is what it looks like.
It's fun, yeah. A lot of stuff in development, but usually they've got funny titles.
She's Emily, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to meet you.
Thank you.
Have
Nice
fun
to
while
meet
you're
you
here in
too.
Oklahoma City, and safe travels.
Thank you so much.